Good afternoon, Nidhi. We will still wait for 2-3 minutes. Okay, we can begin. In the last session, have we started with, in the last lab, have we started with inheritance questions? Yes, have we started with inheritance questions in the last lab? Or they are still left? I am sharing the questions here. Let me know, are these questions done or not? Yes, look at the question. I am sharing my screen. Let me know, is this question done or not? Okay. Isha, what about you? Do you remember in the last lab, have we done this session? Have we done this question or not?
मैं शायद नहीं किया था ये क्वेश्चन हमने
नहीं किया ना?
नहीं मैम मैं भी नहीं किया
Okay, okay, fine.
वो सर्कल वाला किया था
Okay, yes. Okay, got it. So inheritance questions is left. Okay, we can start with inheritance questions. This is the first inheritance question. Here we are having one class circle and we are inheriting this class circle in cylinder. Okay. Now, whenever you will see in next semesters also when you will study advanced Java, you will see these notations that minus is written in front of a variable or a function, plus is written, then hash is written, and nothing is written in front of a variable. This minus sign means the variable is qualified as private access specifier. This is public. This is protected access specifier. And if there is nothing mentioned, it is default. The variable of the function you can qualify with these access specifiers. Now, in this question, it is mentioned that we are having two private variables. In the superclass circle, we are having two private variables, radius and color, and both are having their default value 1.0 and the color is red, which means that you can initialize them in this default constructor. Okay, that is the first thing. And the constructors, we have three constructors over here, where all three are public, and we have other set of functions which we are going to see, but these three constructors are currently public, and this radius constructor is giving only radius to this variable. So default value of string, that is color is red, is initialized over here, and in the second constructor, when you are creating the object, you can pass radius along with the color. So the color will be of that circle. That color will be given to that circle. Okay, this is the meaning of these three constructors. Do you have any questions so far? Yes, do you have any questions so far?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Then in next step, what we are doing, we are creating two functions to set and get the value of this radius and color both. Now, if you remember, in your whenever you're creating the project, all the private variables cannot be accessed outside the class. The reason we have to create this getter setter methods: get radius, set radius; get color, set color. Getter setter is a whole separate topic in Java, which is used for getting or returning the value of this radius variable, which is private, and setter is used for setting the value of this radius, which is private. So if the variable is qualified as private, how can you access its value outside the class? With the help of getter setter methods only, you can either set its value or you can return its value from this class. Because the variables are private, you cannot access them outside the class. I am showing you an example here for that. If you have a class circle and you are qualifying this variable as private, I'm telling that this radius variable is currently private, and from another class test, okay, if you want to, okay, fine, circle 1, okay, from another class test with your void main function, if you want to access this variable's value, you will not be able to access it. See, even if I'm giving the default value as 10 here, if I try to create the object of circle 1, okay, circle 2, okay, yes, circle 2 is okay, circle 2, then if I try to access this variable, if I want to print this variable, it is not allowing me to print this variable. See, because the variable is private, you cannot access it outside the class. So if you want to access this variable, which is private, outside the class, we require the getter setter methods. They are also known as accessor and mutator methods. Accessor and mutator methods, where you can access the value of the variable using getter method. Accessor is nothing but the getter method, and mutator is nothing but the setter method, where you want to set the new value of this radius. Now, you can automatically create these functions. You don't need to do it manually. If you just write get, and if you press Control Space no, automatically it is showing that, do you want to generate get radius or what? Yes, I want to generate. So it generates automatically. Getter methods, they return the whatever is the return type, and they just return the value. That's all. And if you again write set, and if you press Control Space, it is asking you to, do you want to set this value or not? Yes, I want to set. Okay. Then you are setting the value of this radius. How? You are passing a parameter and you are initializing that variable's value with this, the local value that you have passed. It is again used to initialize the private variables. Now, if you want to access this radius variable, no, you can just call get radius function, and get radius will simply give you or return the current value of the radius. It is simply going to print here 10 because the current value of my radius is 10. I haven't set a new value yet. If I set a new value, then it is going to give that new value with that set radius. Are you clear with the getter setter functions here? This is actually an interview question where the question is asked is, explain what is getter setter, what are assessor and mutator methods with example. Okay, you need to show the use of this assessor and mutator methods. The reason is that if the variable is private, you cannot access that variable outside the class. To access that variable, we need a function which is returning that variable's value. That function we don't need to create, it is already there. It is just known as getter function and setter function. For whichever variable you are creating, say for example, you have a variable name here such as area. You are having a variable area, simple variable which is private. Again, if you want to apply, if you want to initialize this variable, again you can call get area and you can call set area. Getter setter is there for every single variable that you create in the class and which is private because you want to initialize that variable by set area and you can get its current value by getter and setter functions are useful in this way. Anybody is having any question in what is the use of getter setter functions now? Do you understand the use of getter setter here? Yes or no? Okay. Then what you need to do it in the same program, you are having get radius, set radius, get color, set color, and you are having a function toString. ToString is simply printing that I am coming from circle class. And you are overriding the same method in your subclass also. ToString is also here. It is also printing that I am coming from cylinder class. Okay. Now, if you know that the cylinder's area, the formula of calculating cylinder's area and volume both, they involve the use of circle's area. The cylinder's area and volume formula itself, inside its formula you can know that it is having circle's area also. The use of this get area function here in the circle class is you are going to use this get area function in this get volume. Whenever you will create the object of cylinder class now, you are calling get volume. In turn, the get volume inside its body, it is going to call get area also, because cylinder is also having circle, right? So you don't need to calculate the area of circle explicitly. You can just call this get volume, which in turn it is calling the get area function of the superclass and accessing that finalized area from that class. Okay. Will you try this question now? Just see, look at the figure. Do you have any questions in this figure? No, just let me know. I will help you out. The variables which are qualified as minus, they are private. These are plus, means they all functions are variables. Both are public only if they are mentioned as a plus over here. These three are the constructor of the class. Default constructor used to initialize the default values. Parameterized used to initialize only the radius. Color is still red over here. Third constructor of the circle class used to initialize both the radius and color both. Getter setter method for radius and color. ToString function that is simply printing that I am the function of string the circle class, and get area function computing the area by using this radius. It is the first class circle. And in cylinder, you are extending this class because cylinder is having a type of circle. That is the reason you are extending your circle in cylinder, where circle is the base class, cylinder is the subclass or the child class. Here you are creating one private variable height. For that also you are having getter setter for height, both is there. Also you are having here four constructors, one default to give the default value, one simple one parameter height to initialize this height variable, another height radius, and third is height radius and this color, for which you can use, for both these two you can use the super keyword to initialize the super variables of the superclass, that is radius and color. And we are having get volume function here, which computes the area and volume of the cylinder according to the area written from this function. Okay. Anybody is having any question now in this question? Yes, anybody having any queries in this question? Yash, are you getting this question? Priyank, Sushil Prasad, Isha, what about you? Nidhi, Meghna? Okay. Yes, please try this question. Yes, please try this question. Once it is done, let me know. I will check. Yes, anybody done with the question? Or you're still working on it? Yes, Nidhi, done with this question? Okay, Isha, what about you? Okay, Yash? Yash, are you there? Yash, are you there? Okay. Sushil Prasad, what about you? Meghna and Priyam? Okay, fine, fine. Yes, done with the first question. Yes, Nidhi. Okay, share your screen. Okay, fine. Yes, Isha, what about you? Isha, done with the first question? Isha, are you there? If you're not responding, then you are not in the session. Isha, are you there? Yes, what about you? Yes, Nidhi, you can share your screen. Yes, Isha, are you done with the first question? Okay, yes, Nidhi, I can see your screen. Okay, you are creating the object of circle class. Okay, no need to create the object of circle class. You can directly create the object of cylinder, right? Did you create the cylinder class? Scroll down. Okay, cylinder class is there. This is correct. Getter setter is correct. Okay. Okay. So now see here, you are already having this cylinder class. No, you can directly create the object of cylinder class there, and you can access get area function of the super class, right? Because cylinder is a subclass. No, you can create the object of cylinder directly, and then access get volume and get area both, right? Because get area is from the super class. Got it? Nidhi? Okay, yes, yes. Please change it and then it is done. Then the question is done. Good, good. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Please change that and then the question is done. Okay. Sushil Prasad, what about you? Sushil Prasad? Are you there? Sushil Prasad?
Yes, ma'am, I'm doing. I have written in chat.
Okay, okay. Yes, yes, yes. You are doing it. Okay, fine. Meghna, what about you? Priyank, please finish it fast. It is a very simple question. Once you are done with that, I am sharing one more question here. Then you can begin with that question. I am sharing my screen again. Once you are done with that question, let me know. The second question is the abstract class question. In the second question that you are seeing on the screen, you have to create one abstract class shape and you are creating two subclasses, triangle and rectangle both, which are going to inherit the properties of abstract class shape. Once you are done with this question, the first question, this is your second question. Once you're done with it, let me know. I'll explain you the second question. Nidhi, if you are done with that question, you can move on to the second question. In this question, shape is the abstract class and it is having one abstract getArea function and one non-abstract toString function. Once you are done with the first question, let me know. I'll explain you this question, okay? Yes. Yes, Nidhi, done with that cylinder question? Vibhusha, you joined late. Why? What happened? Yes, yes. Okay, in this question, we are having a superclass shape. Now, that class is having one abstract method get area. If this method get area is abstract, then the class should be declared as abstract, right? So the first thing is you are creating the abstract class shape, not a simple class shape. Now, in this class shape, you are having one variable which is private, name is color, data type string. You are having two functions here, where one of the function is abstract and another is non-abstract. If the function is abstract, is written in the italic fonts. So we can say that get area is currently abstract function. So the body of this method is not there. If the function is abstract, then we don't give the body of this function in the main class, but we give the body of this function in the class that inherits this class. So in the rectangle class, when you are inheriting get area, when you will extend this shape class no, in rectangle class, you will have to give the body of get area function. Same in the triangle also, you are giving the body of get area function inside this class also. Because you are inheriting this shape class, no. If the class is abstract, no, whatever number of abstract methods are there in the class, the subclass's responsibility is to provide the body of all these methods. So currently we are having only one abstract method, get area. We have to provide the body of get area in both the classes. Also, this true string function is returning that I am coming from shape class, I am the function of rectangle class, and I am the function of triangle class. Now, according to this get area, you can initialize this length and width variable using the constructor, and you can call get area individually on both the objects of these classes respectively. Right? Are you getting the question now? Okay, please try this question. Yes, Vibhusha, why are you late today?
Ma'am, actually network problems. I tried to join several times, but I couldn't.
Okay, then are you working? You start working on this triangle and rectangle question, okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, we have done the first question, but that is okay. You can start working on this abstract class question. No, the lab of this Java programming will be always of 2 hours. It will not be of 1 hour, okay? Because we have so many questions to try, so it is not going to be of 1 hour. Yes, done with the abstract class question. Meghna, which question you are working right now? Yes, Meghna. Okay. Once the second one is done, once the abstract class question is done, so you can leave the question. You can leave the session. Let me see the output first, and then you can leave the session. Everybody, whose second question is done, you can share your screen. Show me the output, and then you can leave the session. Yes, if you are done with the question, you can share your screen and then leave the session. Yes, Nidhi, are you done with this question? Okay, how much is left? Okay, then you just need to call these functions using the object. Create the object of rectangle, triangle, and call these functions get, area, and toString. Okay, okay. Abstract class is left to abstract function is left to create, right? Okay, fine. You can do this in the next session, no problem. Yes, I have marked the attendance. You all can leave the session. Make sure you finish this from home. You all can leave the session.